white folks are very nice guys. I've said that many times. However, each time I said that, my some of my people will be doubting. They are very nice, extremely nice. Let me give you an example. I came to Italy in the late 80s, and I became immediately a curiosity because I had not seen so many black people before. I mean, in the villages where I lived, I was usually the first black. Now, I came to live in this small town called Garbagnate Milanese near Milano, obviously. And I was living on the sixth floor of a high rise building. I had almost no friends at all, you know. And so I was very glad when my next door neighbor, a white Italian, became my friend. And he would invite me to eat and to drink in his place. But when I invited him to come to my own house, he never did. But he constantly invited me, and I was glad. He said his sister was a nun, and his brothers, two of his brothers, were Reverend Fathers, and he was ardently religious. And so I respected him as a man of high morals. And one day, I came back from work and I saw him loitering around the passage. I asked what he was up to, and he said his wife had taken the keys and gone away, and he was virtually stranded outside. I said, well, if you are locked out, come into my place and sit down. No, 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 no. I really don't want to disturb you. That wouldn't be fair. You're just coming back from work. And of course, he had never been to my place before. So, I mean, I wasn't fooled by that. So I said, well, if you're not coming in, I'm afraid I have to go in. I said, it's all right, you can go in. So I went in and had my meal, and I was getting ready to sleep. The gentleman was still outside. I could still hear him, walking around, grumbling. And then suddenly he knocked on my door, and I opened the door and said, you want to come in now? He said, no, 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 no. I just thought you could help me by going into my flat and opening the door for me. I said, how? I thought you said there's no key. He said, no, 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 no. He came and looked. He called me to look out of my window. There's a small piece of, cement scaffolding where I could, or anybody, by the way, could, well, at the risk of his life, tiptoe into the next flat, in case of emergency. And he told me, my dear Bob, why don't you just go into my flat and then open the door for me from inside? I said, it's all right. Then I looked down. It was 6 floors down. I said, if I take a wrong step, you know where I'm going to. I didn't tell him that, but I knew where I was going to end. So I turned to my friend. I said, why don't you do it yourself? Why don't you do it yourself?